Imagine the rush of your favorite team scoring a winning touchdown. Now imagine that win could also earn you a big payday. Sounds amazing, right? But what if that excitement is actually leading many young men down a path toward financial disaster? Sports betting has exploded in recent years, especially among young men. Once something done in secret or in Vegas casinos, now it's just a tap away on your phone. Since the Supreme Court overturned a federal ban on sports betting in 2018, the industry has grown at lightning speed. Whether it's the NFL or college basketball, you can bet on almost anything, anytime, anywhere. But with all this access comes a dark and troubling reality. What's being sold as a fun way to enjoy sports is actually a ticking time bomb. Behind the glitz and glam, young men are being pulled into a dangerous trap that's ruining their financial futures. In this video, we'll show you how legalized sports betting is far from a harmless hobby. It's a serious threat. The magnetic pull of sports betting. For young men, sports betting is like a magnet. Betting on your favorite team is thrilling. The adrenaline rush when the stakes are high feels incredible. And when you win, it's the best feeling in the world. But it's not just the excitement that draws them in, it's how easy it is to bet. With mobile betting apps, placing a bet is as simple as ordering a pizza. You don't have to visit a bookie or a casino. Just a few taps and you're in the game. And it's everywhere. Watch any sports event and you're bombarded with ads telling you to get in on the action or make every moment matter. The message is clear. Betting isn't just for gamblers, it's for sports fans like you. And it's working. More and more young men, starting as early as 18, are jumping into sports betting. Then there's the social pressure. Everyone's doing it. The fear of missing out, FOMO, drives many young men to bet, making it feel like a normal part of life. But what makes sports betting so exciting is also what makes it so dangerous. The dark side, financial consequences. Every bet carries a possibility of winning as well as a far higher risk of losing. Many young men find that this gamble descends into a terrible financial spiral. Studies reveal that, especially among young men, the legalization of sports betting has resulted in a dramatic rise in debt, bankruptcy, and financial instability. States where sports betting is legal have shockingly high numbers of men drowning in debt, battling to pay bills, and even turning to payday loans to support their betting practices. Legalized sports betting states have seen a 30% rise in calls to gaming hotlines, many of which are from young men in their 20s and 30s, according to a study released by the National Council on Problem Gambling, NCPG. Furthermore, studies by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, revealed that young people, ages 18 to 34, in states where sports betting is legal, are 50% more likely to carry major credit card debt than those in states where it isn't legal. But why is this happening? The psychological traps of gambling are powerful. The gambler's fallacy, the belief that if you keep betting, your luck will eventually turn around, is one of the most dangerous. This leads to chasing losses, where bettors throw good money after bad, convinced that a big win is just around the corner. But the truth is, the house always wins. And for every big win, there are countless losses. And this isn't just about numbers, it's about lives being torn apart. Young men who should be building their futures are watching them crumble, one bet at a time. Business perspective. The growth of the betting industry. While young men are losing their money, the sports betting industry is making a fortune. Every year, sports betting companies rake in more and more profits. Thanks to their addictive business models, companies like DraftKings and FanDuel have turned sports betting into a multi-billion-dollar industry. And these companies aren't just profiting from the bets themselves. They're keeping users hooked with constant notifications, special promotions, and boosted odds. It's a vicious cycle designed to maximize their profits at the expense of the customer. Technology plays a huge role in this. The convenience of mobile apps, combined with psychological triggers built into these systems, creates the perfect storm for addiction. While states benefit from the tax revenue and job creation that comes with legal sports betting, the social costs, like financial ruin and addiction, are a serious concern. Is the financial gain really worth the price we're paying? Real-life stories and expert opinions. Let's examine some actual cases to fully appreciate the effects of legalized sports betting. Thanks in large part to sports betting, young men all around have become caught in a debt and despair cycle. For instance, gambling-related bankruptcies have surged in New Jersey, a state that swiftly embraced legalized sports betting. One young man related his story. What began as a casual bet developed into an addiction, costing him his job, savings, and almost his life. Like those at East Carolina University, experts in gambling addiction have seen personally how sports betting is ruining lives. They caution that the present legal system is insufficiently safeguarding sensitive groups, particularly young men who are especially vulnerable. The National Council on Problem Gambling has demanded more help for people battling addiction, better education, and tighter rules. But what are lawmakers doing? Some states are beginning to take action, requiring companies to display responsible gaming messages and offering self-exclusion programs. But the question remains, is it too little, too late? Solutions and prevention. Although the image could seem negative, there are ways to minimize the harm sports betting could bring about. The first step is education. Young men should be cautious of the hazards before they lay their first bet. One can greatly help disseminate this message to schools and local communities. Self-exclusion programs, where people can voluntarily block themselves from betting sites, are another useful tool. But these programs only work if they're properly enforced. Responsible gaming programs, like setting betting limits and making support services easily accessible, are also crucial. But perhaps the biggest change needed is in legislation. Lawmakers need to consider more funding for addiction treatment programs, stronger consumer protections, and tighter regulations on sports betting advertisements. It's about finding the balance between allowing legal betting and protecting those most at risk. In the end, legalized sports betting isn't just a game. It's a serious threat to the financial futures of young men everywhere. The thrill of betting is tempting, but the consequences can be devastating. We need to recognize the risks, spread awareness, and take action to protect those who might fall into this trap. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling addiction, please reach out for help. Share this video to spread the word, and let's work together to ensure the next generation of young men doesn't follow the same destructive path. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you or someone you know been affected by sports betting? What do you think can be done to address this issue? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help raise awareness.